A lot of y'all are terrible friends and don't even realize it.
You know what? I pray I never have another female around me pretending to love me ever again.
I cut off my best friend of 10 years because she didn't include me in her bridal party.
Money comes to me easily. Money comes to me fast. Money loves my company. When money comes, it lasts. Peace comes to me easily. Peace comes to me fast. Peace loves my company. When peace comes, it lasts. Joy comes to me easily. Joy comes to me fast. Joy loves my company. When joy comes, it lasts.
I cut off my best friend of 10 years because she didn't include me in her bridal party. She was my first best friend in college. She was really just like a party girl, the life of the parties. She started dating her and now fiance, and that's when things kind of got weird. So obviously I'm a black gay guy, and this friend was white, and she came from like a very like redneck-ish town. A lot of people that she grew up with were kind of like, you know, racist and homophobic, which I didn't know this at the time. Like when I first became her friend, I kind of found all this out after. This person was literally a bigot and like pretty much hates people like me. And I say this because I was so close with all of my best friends, like partners and boyfriends, like before this one. This one in particular, I barely got to meet and barely got to see. Except this one time for her like 5th or 26th birthday. When they like first started dating, he kind of had like, you know, no choice but to meet me because he was really, really weird with me and just was very shy and like nervous. So I kind of thought like he's just, you know, awkward and shy. So I didn't really think much about it. After they made things official, I pretty much saw less and less of this friend. She was like never around when I would like hang out with her, which I thought was like very weird. Fast forward 2 years, she gets engaged. And around this time, she kind of started to distance herself from me. Like she would text me to like do favors and stuff for her, but that was like kind of it. Thinking back, and I'm like, she was trying to distance herself, so when she had to pick like bridesmaids, it wasn't like a big deal because like we just grew apart. My issue is, why are people that you've known for literally less than a year your bridesmaids and you have like 15 plus bridesmaids? 15 plus people. Meanwhile, me and this girl were like this, and you mean to tell me I'm not even like one of them? And he has 4 groomsmen. So even still, I could have been a groomsman. You know what I mean? One of my other best friends at the time had me in her wedding, and I was on the groom side with her husband. I will always appreciate and like respect that moment. And that really taught me like my value and my worth in a sense, because I was like expecting not to be a part of that wedding because like, you know, I'm a guy. I'm sure they're not going to want me to be a bridesmaid and etc. Well, she broke the news to me and pretty much said I wasn't going to be a bridesmaid and not to get upset or take things personal. But like, how can I not take things personal when you have people in your wedding that you've known for less than a year and someone you've been friends with for like literally 8+ years at the time not even be considered? And we've gone through so many moments that like so many of her other friends just will like never experience because none of these other people went to her college. I wasted so much time on a friendship that like didn't even really matter essentially because you clearly don't, you know, value me as a person. And I know it all comes down to like my race, my sexuality, everything that makes me me. After that, I stayed friends with her for like, you know, pretty much a whole year after. I was like, you know what, whatever. I don't need to be in the wedding. But I realized this friend was still taking advantage of me and using me for like things of her benefit. Like, why don't you just ask one of your bridesmaids? You know, why are you asking me to do this when it's clear you don't value my friendship? So I would just I started getting frustrated, and here was the cherry on top. So I got engaged last December on my birthday, December 23rd, and she knew I was getting engaged and decided to host a bridal party on my engagement day. Out of all the days in the year, why would you host a bridal shower on my birthday? That just tells me you had no intentions on coming to my birthday. I was fed up. And this was like the end of the year. So I was just like, you know what, girl, it's done. So I texted her pretty much saying, you know, this friendship just is not going anywhere. I just don't see the value in it anymore. And it's clear that you don't consider me, you know, a close friend. So I just don't want to waste any time. I'm an adult now, and I really just want to make time for people that care about me. And if you don't care about me, honey, goodbye. I told her, don't invite me to the wedding. I won't be in attendance. You're coming from like a bigot, racist, like homophobic family. I'm gonna feel so uncomfortable going to this wedding and standing out in like the crowd and everyone's looking at me like, who the heck is this? It's a Snapchat story that went out. And she sent a Snap story to like me and a group of our friends. And in this story, in the background, you can hear her fiance using the hard R. Hard R, and she was holding a baby. This gets me angry because like, who uses that word in general, and who would use that word in front of a baby? That's when you know it's deep-rooted racism. Not to mention her including a friend in this wedding that she literally hates. This friend in particular caused me so much harm when we went on vacation. She cut up all my clothes, really called me every terrible name in the book, and this was someone I considered a very close friend. She put her in the wedding, and she talked so much crap on her and said she was the worst person alive. Why is she in the wedding? The whole situation is just toxic, and I'm so happy I ended that friendship. But I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup off camera, and I'll be right back with final thoughts. I finished my makeup look. I'm obsessed. All in all, know your worth. Never let anyone make you feel less than. I'm doing way better without that friend. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like it and let me know if you want me to elaborate on any more details. Love you guys.
9 times out of 10, if I cut you off with no explanation, and I'm talking I unfollow you off everything, I literally just stop reaching out to you and just don't talk to you anymore, you were most likely, not even most likely, you weren't showing up for me in our friendship in the way that I wish you did. One thing about me is I am super understanding and realistic about the realities of adulthood. People get busy. People got shit going on. I understand that as we get older, friendships require more effort. That's just the reality of it. But when I notice a very black and white difference between how you are with others versus how you are with me, clearly the friendship isn't worth anything to you. And for the people I have done this with, are they looking for me now? No. So that literally tells me everything I needed to know about our friendship to begin with, is that it was just always superficial and one-sided. Like, you're not going to sit here and continue to waste my time and my love and my effort. That's what we're not going to do. Because regardless of the shit that I have going on with my work life, my personal life, my mental health, I still try to show up for everyone as best as I can. Call me whatever the hell you want, but no one can fix their mouth to call me a bad friend. Okay? Okay.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't have done it to you. And that's why I can't get past it. So...
The worst part about falling out with somebody to me isn't the fact that they won't be in your life anymore, because majority of the time I'd be like, good riddance, to be honest. The most annoying part is that if y'all have mutual people in common, or a lot of people knew that y'all are friends, you now have to essentially go on a press run. Like, you essentially have to show up, get on your little podium and be like, hey everybody, I just want to make a quick announcement. Me and so-and-so, we're no longer friends because she's a dirty, trifling little rat, and we won't be friends anymore. But I'm not the bad guy in this situation. So here's my side of the story, and I would like to tell you that. And then you basically have to go on a press run and essentially do damage control. Or you can let them just have the narrative and run with it and just not say nothing. But, you know, I'm still working on being the bigger person in a lot of these situations. So I personally oftentimes like to go the press route. But it's just, like, really annoying. Like, not only did I fall out with you, now I'm on basically a presidential campaign. Like, hey, vote for me. Vote for me. Free lunch. Vote for me.
I'ma say it because y'all scary, and I'm not scary because I can't get no whooping. When y'all make them statuses and them posts and them quotes and all that, talking about how females take men back before they take their friends back, I shut the hell up because I'm one. Once I consider one to be my friend, baby, you have literally been promoted. There's no love I have ever given a man the way I have loved my friends, and I'm so serious. I done had some friend breakups that literally left me sick to my stomach. I don't know what type of friends y'all be and what type of friends y'all be having around y'all, but baby, that friendship shit to me be dead serious. One thing about me and my friends, we pick, we laugh, we pray, we play together, we do it all. And we, most importantly, expect betrayal from men. So if I'm betrayed by somebody who's considered to be my friend, baby, I did not see that coming. That hurts. 10 times out of 10 for me, I already got another nigga anyway. So a man playing in my face or me going back and forth with a man is never like nothing that deep. But my friend who I probably 10 times out of 10 showed nothing but absolute love for, my friend who I probably obsessed over, my friend who I probably got up out my bed 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning for, my friend who I probably listen over and over and over, cry on my phone, I ain't see that coming. So, of course, that's going to hurt me more because I ain't never had nobody to replace you. I always had somebody to replace him. Let's be clear. So when y'all say that, I'm going to be honest. That ain't nothing but a manipulation tactic, and I don't like it. But, hey, who am I? A lot of y'all are terrible friends and don't even realize it. First of all, if I'm going through stuff and I distance myself and I don't want to be bothered, that's not your business. Don't call me fake for that. Me personally, I just feel like we too grown to be talking every single day of our life. Like, there is real adult stuff going on. Like, we are in a crisis. I do not feel like talking to you every day. That's fine, but I still love you. I still want to be friends with you, but leave me alone. Also, stop telling your friends' business to your other friends. That's very fake. If I'm even telling you my business in the first place, obviously I see you as a real friend, but for you to go sit there and tell your other friends my business, you won't never hear another secret from me again. And secret animosity, especially with female friendships. If you're jealous of somebody, why are you friends with them? Stop wasting each other's time. And that goes into my next part. A lot of y'all are very unsupportive. Like, if my friends say they want to go walk the moon tomorrow, I'm be like, send pics, sis. Like, send pics. Be supportive. Just support your friends. It doesn't matter how far-fetched the goal is, because you never know if it'll be achieved or not.
So about 6 months ago, I ended a 7-year friendship with someone who I consider to be a very good friend of mine. I miss her every day, but I don't miss our friendship. And after things ended, I told people that I thought that our friendship was over because she didn't support me. And this is when I discovered the social identity support theory. So the basis of this theory is that we do not choose friends for who they are. We choose them for how they support who we are. Social identity support is the way that a friend views and understands your sense of self in society. So let's just say that you're a mother and you view yourself as a mother first. Your best friend is likely to be a mother as well, because that is the way that you view yourself in society, as opposed to your personal identity, such as a certain film you like or being from New York. So how important is social identity support in our friendships, and can a friendship be maintained without this type of support? This was actually put to the test, and they took about 50 men and 50 women that were in college for their first time, and they followed their friendship throughout the 4 years that they were in college. And the findings were pretty interesting. So when they controlled certain variables of the experiment, the people in the experiment could maintain some type of friendship, but it didn't take them into the best friend level. In the controlled groups, social identity support was the only thing that helped them maintain their friendship for the 4-year period. And all of it makes sense because I've made a lot of new friends in this new social identity that I'm seeing myself in, and I can relate to them so much more than I can relate to her, even though me and her were friends for 7 years. It even trumped social intimacy. So when I heard this, everything kind of clicked for me. Although she supported me in a lot of ways, she no longer gave me the social identity support that our friendship needed. My sense of self in society had changed, and no matter how many years we had spent in this friendship, that ultimately was the deciding factor of whether or not I could continue to be friends with her. Even though all of this makes more sense to me now, it doesn't change the fact that our friendship ending really hurt, because your brain doesn't know the difference between a friendship that's completely platonic and a romantic relationship, because once there's a level of intimacy exchanged, even if it's social, your brain is going to view it like a breakup. I went through all of the stages of grief that you can think of, and right now I think I'm really just in a good place. Breakups are never easy, no matter what the reason, and all of your feelings are valid, but just make sure that you go through all the stages of grief, because you really did lose someone who was incredibly close to you.
One thing about me, let me tell you, I am never again, never ever in my life remaining friends with anybody who is friends with someone or with people who I know don't like me. And I'm not even upset with people not liking me, honestly. Kind of flattered. But it's just the fact that I know that the second I leave the room, it's the both of you that talk shit about me. The both of you. And I know that this is common knowledge. I know that I'm not saying anything new. But I also know that there's a lot of sweet people out there who like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And this is your message. Just stop doing don't do that. Stop. They are not your friends. I'm sorry to break it to you. If they're comfortable being friends with someone who doesn't like you, red flag. And if the both of them feel at ease discussing you, the matters of your life, behind your back, honestly, it might be time for you to find some new friends, babe. I don't know what to tell you.
Have y'all
ever quietly quit a friendship, like you pulled a Houdini and you were never to be seen again. Not messy, there's no drama, we just silently quit. Just because you stop being friends with someone doesn't mean there needs to be beef. Like, it really mean that the friendship has run its course, it's over, go your way, I go my way, and that's it. You know, if you see them in public or if they see you in public, you keep it cute, you keep it classy, you keep it respectful, and you go your separate ways. And I think that's all a part of growing and maturing and being an adult. And I know you're gonna have people in the comments who are gonna be like, well, you know, you could have talked it out, you could have had healthy communication. Well, what if I'm tired of talking it out? What if I ain't got nothing else to say? What if you don't have anything else to say to them? You're just over the friendship. Let it be. Stop trying to force stuff that's not supposed to be into your life. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely painful. Like, you know, you're sad, like that was your friend. But at the end of the day, it's better to let go of a friendship that doesn't serve you anymore than to hold on just because of time and history and because of the past. Like, don't do that.
I really like the fact that anytime me and somebody stop being friends or we just fall off, it be just that. It ain't no weird posts on social media about each other. It ain't no fighting, and we not beefing. I'm not dogging your name out to nobody. I don't even bring you up. If you come up because somebody don't know that we not friends no more, because that's how real it is. Like, if you come up, you know, you come up, but it ain't no big thing like, oh, don't be, like, no, like, we just not friends, and that's just that. Like, that whole falling out and posting somebody underwear and talking shit about their kids and their family and spreading all their fucking business that they told you in confidence as your friend, that shit's weird. And it really takes a certain level of maturity to understand that it is what it is. Like, life goes on. The world don't end because you and somebody stop being friends, and it don't have to be no weird shit behind it. We just not friends. And I love that for me. I love that for us.
I used to be friends with someone for 10 plus years, and then she randomly like ghosted me, and I'll never understand why. But I've talked to my therapist about this a lot, and she told me this piece of advice that like kind of fucked me up, but was also necessary for me to hear. She said that sometimes you're friends with people for so long and you remind them about a time in their life that they haven't moved on from, but you have. She was like, first off, they haven't processed that time in their life, but not only that, to see you so far past that time in their life, it's like a really hurtful reminder for them that they're not past it. So when she put into perspective like that for me, it did make a lot of sense as to why this friend that I had just randomly disappeared off the face of the earth, literally, and just stopped talking to me. But yeah, that bit of advice just kind of fucked me up, because I was like, nobody ever trains you on how to deal with a fucking friendship breakup, or how bad heartbreak feels after you lose a friend from that long, and how like all they ever are now is like really good fucking memories. And you have to mourn the loss of someone who's still alive. Yeah, it's really difficult.
What is a friendship lesson that you've had to learn the hard way as an adult? Mine is,
as a therapist that works with a lot of clients in their late 20s and early 30s, I continue to see this theme a lot. A consequence of developing and getting older is grieving relationships and friendships that you thought would last for a lifetime. And this happens because you experience a personal shift in your values. You're gaining a deeper understanding of yourself, how you want to spend your time. And maybe in your early 20s, you just want to have a good time. You just want to do it for the plot. And your friends were there for that. That's what you needed in that era of your life. But as you grow older, your values are shifting. You might start craving deeper connections. You might start developing hobbies. You might start wanting relationships based off of shared experiences, career aspirations, people that are starting families, people that are just in a similar stage in life that you are. And this is where it can get really challenging, because the old friendships that you're clinging on to are likely rooted in the values of your past self. And so you can do one of two things. You can try to fit yourself back into the old mold to keep the friendship alive, or you can try to impose your newfound values on your friends and hope that they grow in the same capacity that you have. And neither one of those options are really fair to you or your friendships. Trying to revert back to your old self is going to deny you the growth that you have earned, and then trying to push your friend to be someone that they're not ready to become, or maybe never will become, will create resentment. It's truly like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It doesn't fit, and it's not supposed to fit, and that's okay.
Y'all, have y'all seen that video about the girl who has to end the 10-year friendship because her friend would not let her know that she had a man, or would not allow her man to meet them, the whole friendship group? It's really ridiculous, honestly. And I wanted to just go ahead and, you know, put my little opinion on this, my little 2 cents. Here's my thing. I went to her page and I did a little further research, and she gave a few reasons to justify the need to end this relationship, because the first time she said it was just really for controversy. However, that second video really did something for me. It really showed how flawed her character really was. And so to me, although this girl may have all these reasons why you should end that friendship with her, the fact that you brought it to social media just for clout and to go viral really does display and reflect poorly on you. And my thing is, this is a rule that I live by. If I'm in a conflict with a friend and you let that conflict lead to you exposing that information on social media or throwing things up in my face that you were made privy to out of confidence, you were never a good friend and you were never someone to be trusted. So I don't know that person. I don't know what she really was and who she was. But the fact, anytime I see anybody getting on here talking about their friends, it is a red flag and I am not for it, okay? Drop a comment below. Let me know what y'all think about that, because relationships is a real important thing to me, and everybody don't move the same way I move. But when it comes down to female friendships, like, I don't play that. Like, it's already hard enough to trust people, and then to see something like this on social media, it is becoming redundant and it's ridiculous, honestly.